kind of like a shield for them. We also have it as humans, but elephants have 40 copies of it.
Welcome to another episode of Fact or Fiction. I'm AD Dolphin. Ready, fight!
Hello everyone, I'm here again. My name is Brandy, aka B.
This month we are talking about cancer, but specifically this week we are going to discuss DNA. Do you know anything about DNA?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know much about DNA. All I know is that you combine two DNAs or two people together and they come out with
a Brandy.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it. Fact or fiction? Some humans have Neanderthal DNA.
I'm gonna go with fact.
Well, Brandy, you are correct. It is a fact. And you just guessed it. Awesome. I hate that.
I wouldn't say that I guessed it.
Oh, now we didn't guess.
No, not necessarily.
Well,
I've learned this in school about the old age days, you know?
So, Brandy, it comes down to this. Neanderthal DNA contributes about 1 to 4% of modern human DNA.
That's very interesting.
And basically, the amount of DNA they actually may have depends on where in the world they exist.
So where do they have to exist?
You know, to be honest, I think it may exist more in Europe. And some of those genes today are still being used in our immune system.
That's crazy.
No, what's crazy is you got it right.
Because I'm smart.
Allegedly. We haven't seen your grades just yet.
All right, AD, it's your turn. Are you ready for this?
Absolutely.
Are you sure? I
Positive.
think you're going to get it wrong this time.
I don't think. Do you remember what happened to you last week?
That was a fluke. It's all about this week, okay? Fact or fiction? It's almost impossible for elephants to get cancer.
That's a tough one. I don't know. You know what it is? I've been doing this show for quite a while. Mm-hmm. That word impossible, that's a tough word. That is a tough word. I'm going to say that is fiction. Anything's possible.
Anything?
Anything is possible.
Wow. So I am glad to say.
Wait a minute. You smiling way too hard. There's no way I did well.
I am very glad to say it is actually fact.
Fail.
There's a gene called P53. P53 actually helps repair DNA when it's damaged during replication. The kind of damage that can lead to cancer. Kind of like a shield for them. We also have it as humans, but elephants have 40 copies of it. We only have 1 or 2. So just think of it. If one of theirs break, they have 39 more to defend themselves with or defend the damage with. As opposed to humans, we only have 1 or 2. So
I wonder why we only have 1 or 2. Are there other animals out there that actually have other high replicas of P53?
All the animals that are really big, like whales, for instance, they have it as well. So
God, so if we were only bigger.
Would you want to be bigger though?
Why not? I would want to be a giant.
Oh man.
I would want to be a giant, walking, breaking shit.
The Hulk, just every time you stomp down, it's a crack in the ground.
Every single step.
All right.
But let's get into the next question. Fact or fiction? Random DNA mutation only happens in the womb.
I'm going to go with fiction.
Are you sure?
I'm not 100% sure, but my inner voice, it's just telling me that mutation can happen after the womb. There's plenty of things
mutation can happen after the womb. So when you're alive.
Yeah.
I was just curious.
Yeah. Why not, right? You could consume something and it can mess up your DNA. I honestly don't know. You got me on that one.
So what's your answer?
I'm going to go with fiction still, though.
Still staying with that?
Yeah. Got to go with your first thought.
Good for you, Brandy, because I tried to trick you and you didn't go for it. You stuck to your guns. It is fiction.
That's why you always got to go with your first gut.
Winner. You were actually pretty right on this one, to be honest. Your DNA can mutate randomly at any time your cells divide because of, now check this out, listen to this word, biological typos.
Biological typos.
That's wild. That's a real thing.
What?
That is a real thing. Your DNA can mutate because of any environmental factors.
Wow. So I was right. I was right.
No,
Like I was on the point.
You know what? And I stopped you because I thought you were going down the wrong path and you were really just balling over there.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just go down a rabbit hole, you know? That's what I do. Yeah. See?
I mean, you won this game technically.
Yeah. Well, you have one more question.
I have one more, but I can't catch up.
No. Say that one more time.
I'm not going to repeat that.
Fact or fiction? DNA is the only part of genetics that affects if you get cancer. I don't think he knows it.
That's a fact. You seem shocked.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, now you're trying to use my tactics. Now I know I'm right. I'm staying with facts.
You sure?
I'm moving on. Let's go.
Trying to give you a chance.
Hey, I don't need it.
All right. Well, that is definitely fiction. And you're 0 for 2. Epigenetics can also cause problems that lead to cancer. I'm happy you asked that, actually. So epigenetics is sort of like metadata of your genes. As you know, we have millions of genes, and every gene is a recipe of your body to make a certain kind of protein. Some genes are turned on and some genes are turned off, and epigenetics actually helps with which gene is turned on and turned off.
Okay, I can get into that.
Sometimes there's a risk in having those turned on and turned off because some of those you don't want actually to have on. So you wouldn't want the gene that is telling you to grow to be turned on forever because it can cause cancer. But the good news is they can be reversed. And figuring out how to do that precisely could be a promising cancer treatment.
So there's hope.
Yeah, there's hope.
Thanks for watching Fact or Fiction. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And I'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.